Hare Krishna. Alright, I'm back out again. I want to check out the beds here. At one point, as you can see here, these rectangular laid beds with this nylon has been placed by me. It is now early July. Planted beans 4 different times here and over there, separate plots. Unsuccessful, but now that it's raining, I hope to get some success now. As you can see, for a good month I did not tend to this bed. I was ill for a couple of weeks, and the rainy season just started a couple of weeks ago, and now here it is. The corn we planted about a week and a half ago is doing well. Now it's time to tidy it up though. In between the rows you can see there's already a lot of greenery and giving the competition to the corn. So you can see here, you got some corn, you got some beans. As the corn grows up, these beans will vine up it very nicely. A lot of maintenance. Learning how to grow here without the use of pesticides and as organically as possible. So now it's time to retail these plots. I'm just gonna dig them up once, not a double dig, and start using the compost that I started putting together 5 months ago. Here it is. 4 nice plots. It's all pretty well matured. This is the youngest pile. I'm gonna keep adding to it. Got some leaves, some dry leaves, some really old compost from the kitchen, and all of this green stuff is gonna be piled up in there as well. Got the gloves ready, got the backhoe ready, got the hands ready, and I've got the spirit ready for some service. Over there too, the corn is doing a lot better. I have to clean it up as well. I watered that. Man, it's got to be like 2 months old. Of course, you know, when it's not in the rainy season, it doesn't grow as fast. When you got cows eating it, it doesn't grow very fast. But this is a before look right now. The farm. Mini farm experiment here. And progressively I'll keep showing videos on the next stages here at the project or community Premaculture. Hare Krishna.
Ahora tómame una foto a mí en la bici. Sí, yo te digo cuando la tome.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Training them well. Anyways, here we are at my my uncle's little side garden for my little cousins. So you can see we made a similar bed with bricks, and it's been probably 3 months, and as you can see it's growing quite well. We got some cucumbers over here growing up this trellis, got some beans flowering nicely, and kind of a wild cucumber going through there. You can see some beans. Here we are. Snap beans. And then over here, I'm going to show you, we've got some more zucchini, summer squash, and flowers popping up. And it's a jungle in here. Searching for the pogue. Looking. Can you find something? Oh, here's another nice one. Little one, a little longer. A couple days, that'll be perfect. And then here we have a winter squash that is just taking over. This, from this end to this end, is all one plant. And right now she's barely giving any fruit, giving like 6 flowers, and I'm not sure it's worth having. It's taking up more than half of the growing area. Over here we grew some radishes and lettuces and picked them already. Over here we got some more winter squash of a butternut variety that I believe will do nicely as well, given this one doesn't take over this monster. So this is what you can do with some bricks, a little bit of soil, some patience, some little kids,
Alonso, quita la mano.
and growing what you need. I already picked a little tiny cucumber, and this is what you can have.
Wow.
Just another example of what you can do.
Wow.
We're just maybe a couple blocks away from the main house. And if you plant the mango tree, you might get some of these too. But we don't have any of those.
Wow.
Hare Krishna.
¿Una foto?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. I want to show you guys now another little plot of land where my uncle and myself are learning how to grow even more corn along with beans and some squash plants. So we're over here on the east side of my uncle's home on the farm, and here we planted rows of squash, summer squash, the little round ball variety. Very tasty, very tender. Planted a whole little bag, 2 at a time. And I just finished pulling all the weeds and weeding in between the rows. Weed eating. And what we did is also lift up the soil around the base so that the roots get nice and large. So this should be all covered in squash plants and little squash in a matter of a month. About 30-40 days. Over here we have more corn. And what's different about this little plot is the fact that everything was planted by hand, and we did not use a tractor to till. We kind of tilled by hand, and as you can see, there's still a bunch of weeds in between the corn rows. But here we got some beans and corn. So all of this is going to have to be hand picked after cutting right down the middle of the rows. So what's different again from this little plot of land is that no tractor was used, no passionate Motor Passion tractor. Planted by hand. We're not going to use any pesticides, and we're going to not use anything that's going to kill the biology of the earth. Versus over here, my other uncle, whose home is right here, planted some corn as well, similar or same variety, but as you can see, he used pesticides. So look how ugly it looks. Over here, organic corn. Over here, non-organic corn. Which do you prefer? Anyways, I'm pretty well convinced that organic's the way to go. Hare Krishna. Now, besides that, there's a lot more work involved, because you're not relying on death, basically. chemicals. So all of this is going to have to be cured by hand, but in the end, it will be much better for everyone. So yes, this is yet another little plot of land, Premaculture style, organic homesteading. And we'll see how this goes. This is going to be a slightly different experiment without the use of a tractor. And we'll see what the advantages are. And right besides, over here, you can see the corn and the cucumbers growing nicely. That was nice. Learning a lot here. Continue keeping you posted on the adventures here at Premaculture. And just one more thing, I wanted to show you guys the fruit. The fruit of our labor offered to Krishna. Got some snap beans, nice sized cucumbers, nice sized squash. That's just in one picking, ready to offer or to prepare an offer. And over here you can see corn, 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 and more corn. Just wanted to show you an example of monocrop. And that's what they use to feed the cows. Hare Krishna. It's Bhakta Marcos. And what we got out of the garden today are fresh squash flowers. Really nice and large. And it's there's a traditional dish in which you stuff them with. We got some homemade cheese with peppers and some beans. So yet another option to cook with what's available in the garden. And these come up every day now, at least this much, in like 1 or 2 plants. So there's definitely an abundance of flowers. And squash flowers are very delicate, and when they're nice and open, you can stuff them. And then later on in the day, they close up, and then you can fry them up and offer them to the Lord. So what you do is grab one of the bigger ones, and then you grab a smaller one and you stuff it with cheese or beans or cheese and beans. That's what I'm going to do. And then you stick one inside the other, just like that. And then by tomorrow, or in a couple hours, they'll close and you'll have a nice stuffed squash flower. And let's see if we can start cooking that. Hare Krishna. And another advantage of living on a farm and having access to unlimited amounts of milk is you can make your own yogurt. Look at that. We've got enough yogurt here to do a lot of things with. I like to eat it with rice, some almonds, and agave nectar, sweet agave nectar, and offering that to the Lord and partaking of the remnants. So yet again, Premaculture Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. And what do we have here? Good old sweet rice. a whole huge batch of it for food distribution. I'm constantly making sweet rice or sweet ball cheese things or cheeses or yogurt and prasadam in general, just for my family down the road. All 4 families and their kids. Their kids love the sweets, so for sure they're gonna love sweet rice made with caramel. Ooh yeah, really sweet rice. So food distribution, help even non-devotees in devotional service. Look at the size of that cucumber. Anyways, just enjoying Krishna Prasad. Homemade yogurt, home prepared veggie and rice, homemade quesadillas, homemade mango chutney, and baby succulent cucumbers. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Just wanted to show you guys how to make a 1 lemon batch of lemonade. And how do you say that? With this lemon. Doesn't look very big, does it? Yes, that's a lemon. So with 1 lemon, you can make lemonade. Any lemons, really. So Krishna gives you lemons, you make lemonade. Good sized lemonade. Almost reminds me of like a, what do you call Satya Yuga, sized lemon. At least Dwarpa Yuga. I mean, look at this thing. Anyways, give some prasadam, you get some produce from other gardens. Haribol. Hare Krishna. Now I'm outside, about a 10 minutes walk downhill from the main farm, and I'm going to head towards the local river. It's full year round, and there's a nice little waterfall where I intend to distribute Krishna Prasad, flowers that I've been offering to the Lord for months now, and going to offer them to the river. On the way down there's also very nice little forest and stream, as you can see as well right now, surrounded by cornfields. Been growing for like 3 or 4 weeks and doing very well. I think Krishna's been reigning well. So let's go check out the river. Hare Krishna. Now we're entering the small little wooded area downstream of the little river. As you can see, this is very lovely, luscious green area. One of my favorite places to meditate. Chant japa and just walk around looking for Krishna. There's little pools of water everywhere. Very nice. As you can hear the stream. Let's go check it out and offer this river, little stream, comes from Los Dolores village, some flowers. Hare Krishna. Haribol. So we have now reached the little stream and the backwoods. I intend to do some camping back here sometime as well soon. some intense sadhana. Some intense contemplation and japa. Very nice area, very green, very lush. And cows roaming around here freely, saturated in mode of goodness. So let's go down to the dam. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. And we have popcorn. Prashadam. Hare Krishna. There you go, napkins. Okay, ya estuvo, toma, agarren. No, yo les voy a dar. Yo les voy a dar.
A ver la foto. A ver.
Even the little doggies get some. Hare Krishna.
Palomita.
Palomita. Hare Krishna. Here I am on top of the barn. The big milking stable. Right beneath where I'm sitting, there's cows being milked. And I'm just enjoying this nice sunset overlooking the fields and the fat mountain back there in the background. I like to sit up here and just chant, do some japa, associate with the cows, and play some flute. Way out there you can see the church, Los Dolores. Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Here we are again, overlooking my 4 piles of compost. Should be nicely rotted and earthy smelling and excellent for some organic farming here. We're overlooking a little cornfield where I just went into the middle of the rows and cleaned it up some. It is now mid-July or so. It has rained very nicely, and it shows corn is doing very well around this area. There's only one issue. The 4 original plots that I have over here and over here has grown in since then. I didn't tend to them, so it kind of got taken over by weeds, just a little. Anyways, by hand, rip them all out. I'm going to be tending to this garden without the use of pesticides, herbicides, or fungicides. Anything in the mode of ignorance, avoid. It's gonna means it's gonna take a little more work, but Krishna will appreciate it. As we can take a little closer look, stalk is about 1 foot to 1.5 feet for the most part. And we got some vining pole beans that will wrap itself all the way up. This corn stalk, as it grows to be about 6, 7, maybe 8 feet, 1 meter to 1.5 meters, and it'll produce nicely. We have some more squash over there, some winter squash. Plan to plant some more winter squash up this dried up peach tree, maybe some cucumbers up that tree. And we got a little helper coming with the backhoe. So this is how it looks mid-July. Everything's growing fine. Just a lot of maintenance. Hari bol.